I was worried about my friends because I witnessed the police beating on them, like 4 or 5 officers on each of my friends, and I have to leave them. That's traumatizing.
Way was witness to an arrest captured on video near the end of a May 30th protest at the District 1 police station in Rockford. Protest organizers have pointed to this video, taken by the Register-Star and others, as evidence of excessive use of force by police. The man seen being taken to the ground on the right side of this video is Jeremy Holloman. He says that officers struck him while he was down, even though he was not resisting.
No, I feel like I was defenseless. I have given my hands up. That's what we're known for, and I was defenseless.
The protest started in Haskell Park and moved through downtown streets for several hours before reaching the District 1 police station. That's when Way, along with friends Nizea Carter and Brittany Rosenbaum, arrived after seeing posts on social media. Holloman arrived later separately.
And I've always wanted to be a part of something like that, and I guess it just gave me a chance to be a part of something greater than myself, and I thought that that's what I would be there for, and I never, thought how it would end,
As the sun set, the protest unraveled into violent clashes between officers and protesters. SWAT was called to the scene after a window was broken at the District 1 police station, and later some protesters threw rocks and other objects at officers.
People throwing rocks and bottles, we weren't a part of that. We were all standing there joined elbow to elbow, stop the violence, We weren't saying anything crazy like F the police. We weren't doing anything. We were not violent, period. At that moment, I thought, Rockford's finally coming together for something good. Like they were actually doing something good. They weren't doing what everybody else was doing at that moment.
After the arrest, Holloman was charged with criminal trespassing. Police a few hours earlier had made the announcement you just saw. The certified nursing assistant said he had stayed to the sidewalk watching the protest and helping anyone who was hit with pepper spray or tear gas. Here's how he described what happened during the arrest.
And they drugged me over to the other side of the street where they began to beat me, several different cops at this moment. I was startled at this point. I'm getting beat on. I was just trampled. I felt like there was nothing I really could do at that point besides cover and try to block my face.
I'm realizing in my head, this is the police that's doing this. We can't call the police on the police.
Carter was on the other side of the vehicle, obscured from the video you saw earlier. He too was charged with criminal trespassing and says police used excessive force.
They were yelling at us, telling us to get in the car, so I'm getting in the car. As soon as I get in the car, next thing you know, I'm bum rushed by 5 officers, literally thrown against the car, thrown on the ground. I got kicked. I don't know if I got kicked, punched, slammed. I don't know what it was, but somebody hit me hard as heck in the face. It was just too much for me, first of all, because I'm clearly not a threat. And then third of all, what was I doing besides what you told me to do? Get in the car.
Rosenbaum was the driver of the vehicle seen in the video. While police were trying to clear the area, she twice drove her car down Avon Street trying to pick up friends and was confronted by officers. She was charged with resisting a peace officer and aggravated assault after police say she drove her vehicle in the directions of officers after they asked her to stop. She says that she only sped away because police had banged on her car and smashed her rear passenger window, and she was scared.
I was scared for my life. Of course I'm going to speed off as fast as I can. I don't know what they're going to try to do to me.
She stopped at the corner of Avon and Jefferson and got out of her car to look at the damage. That's when officers approached and made the arrests. Rosenbaum said she turned her head and saw Holloman being hit by police.
Scream. I don't know how many times I screamed it. All I could scream was stop, stop. I was just so scared, and then that's when the police officers got on me, and then they arrested me and everything.
None of the 3 who were arrested on the video have filed an official excessive use of force complaint with the city. However, they say they're working to hire a lawyer to determine their next steps.
There needs to be justice.